Are you ready to hear the cautionary tales of 8 young football prodigies who were lured to the glamour and prestige of Real Madrid, only to see their careers take a turn for the worse? From multi-million-dollar signings who failed to make their mark, to promising talents who were crushed by the weight of the Los Blancos badge, this video will take you on a roller coaster ride through the ups and downs of some of the most heartbreaking transfer stories in modern football history. Get ready to learn about the 8 wonder kids almost ruined by Real Madrid. Real Madrid is known for its high standards and the pressure that comes with being a part of such a legendary team. The football gods themselves seem to have a hand in the fate of young players who are chosen to don the iconic white jersey. While some thrive under the pressure and become legends in their own right, others are crushed by the weight of expectation and their talent left to wither away. It's a tough lesson to learn, but Real Madrid has had its fair share of young prodigies who were almost ruined by the demands of the club. As much as it hurts to admit, there are 8 wonder kids who were left to suffer at the hands of the mighty Los Blancos. Let's take a closer look at their heartbreaking stories and see how Real Madrid's expectations proved to be too much for them to handle. In 2019, Real Madrid made headlines by signing 3 of the hottest prospects in world football: Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, and Kubo Takefusa, the Japanese Messi. Kubo was a highly sought-after winger, not just for his immense talent on the pitch, but also for his potential as a valuable commercial asset that could expand any European club's presence in the Asian market. However, what made Kubo's move to Real Madrid truly newsworthy was the fact that both Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain were also vying for his signature. Despite having spent 4 years in Barcelona's academy, Kubo ultimately chose Real Madrid. Unfortunately, Kubo's time at Los Blancos did not go as planned. He failed to make a single appearance for the first team and was instead caught in the vicious loan cycle, bouncing between clubs like Mallorca, Villarreal, and Getafe. But now the talented youngster has found a new home at Real Sociedad, where he can finally showcase his skills and fulfill his potential. Despite his setbacks, there is still hope for Kubo to become the star player he was always destined to be. And who knows, with his skills and potential as a commercial asset, he could still become a valuable asset for any top European club looking to expand their presence in the Asian market. Martin Odegaard. Hold on to your seats, folks, because we're about to reveal the shocking truth about one of the biggest names in modern football, Martin Odegaard. Despite his recent success at Arsenal, it's hard to forget the fact that Real Madrid almost destroyed this young prodigy's career. Odegaard, a lifelong fan of Los Blancos, was thrust into the unforgiving world of high-stakes football from a young age, with little room to breathe and even less time to develop. During his time in Madrid, he was given only a handful of opportunities to prove himself, and was sent out to loan more times than anyone could count. But despite the odds stacked against him, Odegaard refused to give up on his dreams. He persevered, fought for his chance to shine, and finally found his footing at Arsenal. And now, as the captain of one of the most beloved teams in the world, he's proving to everyone that he has what it takes to be a true superstar. Dio Hernandez. Number 3 on our list is the tale of a young footballer who was branded a bad boy during his stint with Real Madrid. Luka Jovic. Let's talk about Luka Jovic, the young footballer who was supposed to be the heir to the Karim Benzema's throne at Real Madrid. The price tag exceeding a whopping $65 million, the Serbian sensation was expected to take the footballing world by storm. But alas, things didn't quite pan out that way. Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz spent 4 years at Manchester City with only 5 total appearances. $15 million, they knew they had found something special. And they were right. Diaz was featured in 15 matches for Los Blancos, a significant increase from his time in Manchester. But don't underestimate his achievement, it's 3 times more than he had before. Unfortunately, his time at Real Madrid was cut short and he left to join the AC Milan. His agent, Pedro Gonzalez, knew that Diaz was a young player who needed consistent playing time and confidence to reach his full potential. It's clear that Real Madrid failed to provide Diaz with the space and support he needed to grow. But imagine what he could have achieved with the right environment and guidance. Reinier Jesus. With 6 goals in his first 14 senior games, it's no wonder that Real Madrid came calling. But little did he know that the pressure of Los Blancos badge would weigh heavy on his young shoulders. Since joining the Spanish Giants in 2020, Jesus has struggled to find the back of the net, scoring only 2 goals, neither of which were for Real Madrid. Instead, he was loaned out to Brahim at Dortmund, where he spent 2 years warming the bench behind Erling Haaland, the Bundesliga's hottest striker. It wasn't until he joined Girona that Jesus was able to score his 8th senior goal, a far cry from the heights he had once reached. Real Madrid's expectations proved too much for this young protege, leaving him crushed under the unbearable weight of their badge. Azier and Lucas Silva. Number 7 and number 8 on our list of 8 wonder kids almost ruined by Real Madrid are Azier, Elleramendi, and Lucas Silva. When Real Madrid signed Elleramendi from Real Sociedad, he became the most expensive Spanish player Los Blancos had ever signed, the price tag of $35 million. Unfortunately, Elleramendi struggled to meet the expectations placed on him and eventually returned to Real Sociedad, where he was still occasionally playing. Linked to Elleramendi, $15 million, and was given a 5.5-year contract, and his time at the club was a disaster. After only playing 8 games in 4 years, his contract was terminated. While some transfer stories on this list are sad, there are examples of players like Martin Odegaard and Theo Hernandez who were able to turn their careers around. So there you have it, 8 wonder kids almost ruined by Real Madrid. While some of these young talents struggled to live up to expectations at Los Blancos, others were able to turn their careers around. It's clear that joining Real Madrid can be both a dream come true and a daunting challenge for young players. But what do you think? Which wonder kid on this list do you think was the most unfairly treated by Real Madrid? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more informative updates.